Hey everybody, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever. But, in my house, we celebrate Christmas, and, I think that I've never really been a huge Christmas fan. I'm not saying that, when I was a kid, I got a lot of gifts and stuff for Christmas. Like, my parents have never been married, so, I would always have Christmas at my mom's house, and then I would go to my dad's and have Christmas. And you know, like they didn't completely overdo it, but I think I made out pretty well, as a kid, and but I still never really have cared that much for the holiday. When I was a very young child, I really did enjoy it. I guess being with my family and you know, just everybody's in a good mood and listening to the fucking Beach Boys and you know, eating fire ass food and just enjoying your family and the people you love. And you know, it was great, and as time went by, more and more people died, and my aunts don't have children. One of them is dead, and all of my uncles on my father's side are dead, and my grandparents on my father's side. It's just me and my dad now on his side. So, Christmas becomes more of a time of reflection rather than celebration. And I think it's this way for a lot of people. And it's not necessarily something that I think that you have to make a negative thing, because I think that reflection is very helpful and healthy if you do it, if you're not constantly living in reflection. You have to have time when you are living in the present, and planning is pretty important. I Everybody says that you should live in the moment. You should live for the moment. I mean, and that's great. Living for the moment and not being too concerned with the future or the past um, is a good thing to do. But I also think it's good to practice reflection and to practice planning and to not just be stuck. If you're constantly stuck in the moment, then you are just constantly learning. You don't get to contribute. You're just soaking it all up and basically being an observer, which I think is great. I spend most of my time doing that, and I apologize for not being on here so much anymore. But you know, the holidays it can be hard. I think that Jesus' birth should be a spring holiday, and make Jesus' death the winter holiday. I think that makes way more sense. And make the winter a time of mourning, because people already are. You know, all that seasonal depression and all that fun stuff, that jazz. But I think that if you can look back on the good times and on the bad times and learn from the bad times and learn from the good times and what has worked for you in the past, and what to look for in future relationships, I think that's great. I think that you should do that. But to all my people out there who get stuck in the past, and in people they've lost, I really feel for you, and I've been in that spot, and you know, I have second cousins who I used to celebrate the holidays with, still do sometimes, and they have kids now. So it's good to see that cycle of life coming back. You know, there are people who are going forward that, you know, that will continue on this tradition, hopefully. At least, you know, not necessarily a holiday tradition, but the tradition of life. And it is inspirational, and it makes you feel a little bit better. You know, if you're getting bummed out about the people that you've lost, I think the best thing to do is, if you don't have any children who are, you know, in your family or in your life, you know, maybe um, maybe just look for people who bring that out and bring the inner child out in you. You know, I think it's good to step back into whatever you can salvage of your innocence when you can. Uh, but yeah, I love you guys. I hope that I hope that you don't even understand what I'm talking about, and that you think that the holidays are just, you know, miraculous and special. But if you do understand what I'm talking about, you know, hit me up in the comments, and I'll get back to you. And just try to take it easy. Don't work too hard, guys. Love you. Peace.